Before you retire in Thailand, watch this because Hua Hin can save you thousands if you understand how the cost actually works. But here's the twist. Cheap rent doesn't mean cheap living. After traveling all over Thailand and personally consulted with expats, I will break down the exact numbers so you don't repeat the same mistakes others have made. Listen up. If you are planning to retire in Thailand or you are thinking about escaping Bangkok and moving somewhere quieter, you need to see this. Hua Hin can save you thousands every single year, but only if you understand how the costs actually work. And here's the truth that most people miss. Cheap rent doesn't automatically mean cheap living. If you don't know the 4 cost spikes that hit everyone who moves here, your budget will break fast. I've lived in Thailand for years, traveled all over, and spoken to many long-term expats who have made the move. I'm breaking down the real 2026 numbers so you don't repeat their mistakes. And just so you understand the timing, Hua Hin is not staying like this forever. They already have airport upgrade proposals, new transport projects, and long-term development plans on the table. Once those start moving, these prices won't look like this again. But the direction is clear. Hua Hin is growing, the demand is rising, and the window where you can find this level of value is getting smaller every year. So don't base your life on hype or promises. Base it on real numbers right now while the value is still here. My name is Malcolm and this is the cost of living in Hua Hin for 2026. Let's start with the biggest advantage Hua Hin has over Bangkok: housing. If you're a solo digital nomad, you can get a simple studio inland for about 8 to 12,000 baht. Basic but functional. The comfortable sweet spot is a modern condo with gym, pool, and good management. That will cost you around 18,000 baht to 25,000. The number to keep in mind is 20,000 for something central and walkable. Now, for families and retirees, this is where Hua Hin becomes incredible value. A nice 2 or 3 bedroom house inland starts for around 25 to 40,000 baht. But if you want a central, well-managed gated community, expect to pay 45,000 to 60,000 baht. The same money in Bangkok will get you a tiny shoebox. And here's one trick. If you pay a little bit more to stay central, you save a lot on transportation, which is the next thing you need to understand. Hua Hin doesn't have a BTS, no MRT, no SkyTrain, so transportation becomes part of your monthly budget. A long-term scooter rental with proper insurance will cost you 3,500 to 5,000 baht per month. Fuel is cheap, maybe 300 to 500 baht per month. If you don't ride scooters, then you are looking at a car rental. A normal long-term rental is anywhere between 15,000 to 22,000 baht depending on the contract. If you own a car, expect to pay 2 to 3,500 baht a month in fuel, unless you are constantly going up and down the coast. And don't forget annual costs. That's around 10 to 15,000 baht a year for insurance and road tax. One little travel tip: take the train down from Bangkok to Hua Hin. It's cheap, it's calm, and you will avoid the whole Bangkok traffic nightmare. If you are retiring here long term, this is where you never want to cut corners. A specialist visit at a private hospital is around 2,000 to 3,500 baht. Basic consultations are around 500 to 1,200 baht. Insurance is the real cost that you need to respect. A healthy 50 to 55-year-old can get decent coverage for around 3,500 to 5,000 baht per month. A 60 or 65-year-old is usually 5 to 8,000 baht depending on the plan. This includes the mandatory 40k outpatient, 400k inpatient requirement for the non-OA. But here's what people don't mention. 400k inpatient can disappear in days if something serious happens. Always check your coverage limits and check if you are covered outside of Thailand. A lot of cheap Thai plans do not cover international travel. Now let's talk about visas, because this is where a lot of newcomers get confused. Thailand has different visas depending on your situation. Retirees usually use the non-O or non-OA. Remote workers use the digital nomad visa or DTV, and families often use the non-O dependent visa. For retirees, there are 2 main paths. If you apply for a non-OA visa from your home country, you will need insurance meeting the 40,000 outpatient, 400,000 inpatient requirements. But if you are already in Thailand and doing yearly extensions based on retirement, you use the 800,000 baht bank deposit method instead. And insurance is not mandatory for that route, though I still strongly recommend it. For retirees, the yearly extension is 1900 baht. If you want unlimited travel, you will need the 3,800 baht multiple re-entry permit. Now onto the financial requirement. You must keep 800,000 baht in a Thai bank account, and it needs to sit there for 60 days before renewal. Immigration checks the history. You cannot top it up at the last minute. Now, digital nomads, this part matters. The DTV is already out, and it's perfect for remote workers who want a year of stability without constant border runs. But people misunderstand the rules, so here are the real numbers. You need 10,000 baht for the application fee and 500,000 baht in savings. Also, you must leave Thailand every 6 months, even though the visa lasts for 5 years. So it's way better than doing monthly visa runs. But it's still not a stay forever without thinking about it visa. And if you want a full breakdown, income requirements, application steps, how to prepare your documents, I already have a full DTV video on my channel, link in the description below. And if you are still doing classic visa runs, a cheap round trip to Malaysia or Singapore is around 2,500 baht. And lastly, you will need 300 to 600 baht per month on copies, passport photos, and random admin stuff. Internet in Thailand is cheap and fast. Expect to pay 600 to 800 baht. Electricity depends on what you rent and where. A condo is 1 to 2,000 baht. A 3-bedroom home with AC in every room is about 3,500 to 6,000 baht. But here's the trap. Some villas charge private electricity rates, 7 to 10 baht per unit. That can push your monthly bill to 8 or 12,000 baht in the hot season. If your home has a pool, expect to pay 3 to 5,000 baht for pool maintenance, unless your landlord covers it. This is where Hua Hin shines if you love Thai food and seafood. Local meals are still 50 to 80 baht. Fresh seafood at the pier is cheaper than Bangkok. A single person is comfortably on 10 to 12,000 baht per month. A couple is good at 20 to 25,000 baht per month. Grab meals are 50 to 100 baht, and delivery is cheap. But groceries are not cheap if you buy imported Western products. Don't expect European supermarket prices at Lotus. Pro tip, check the discount racks at Lotus and Market Village right before closing. For families, school is the monster cost. Bilingual or EP schools start around 80 to 150,000 baht per year. More premium international schools range from 350,000 to 600,000 baht depending on the grade, plus the 50 to 80,000 baht enrollment fee in year 1. For retirees, leisure is the real budget item. Set aside 6 to 8,000 baht monthly for gyms, golf, beach clubs, and a weekly Thai massage, which are about 500 to 700 baht each. So now let me give you the real breakdown for 2026. A budget nomad can have a budget of 30 to 40,000 baht per month. This will mean a small inland condo, you ride a scooter, and you eat mostly local food. A mid-range comfort budget will be 60,000 to 80,000 baht per month. You will get a modern condo or a house, proper insurance, a mix between dining and cooking, some leisure, and some small buffer. Now for luxury, let's say you're a family and you want to live in a villa with a pool, the budget is around 100,000 to 150,000 baht per month. This will include pool villa, car, international school, and premium lifestyles. Bottom line, Hua Hin gives you more space, more comfort, and a slower, calmer life, usually for 10 to 20% less than Bangkok. But only if you understand the transport and healthcare trade-offs. And that's the full cost of living in Hua Hin for 2026. If this helped you build your budget, hit the like and subscribe. And tell me which city you want to see next, maybe Pattaya, Phuket, or Chiang Mai. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.